Does everyone know why you're here today? Anyone does not know why you're here today? Okay. So for that reason, I'll introduce myself. My name is Donovan Hilton, and I represent Express Employment Professionals, their North Nashville office, which is right here in Metro Center, and they supply jobs for the downtown North Nashville, East Nashville, Madison, Whites Creek, and Jolton area. Has anyone not heard of Express Employment Professionals? Raise your hand. So I take it everyone's heard of Express Employment Professionals. So if you don't mind me, what's your name, ma'am, in the back? Miss Wright. If you don't mind me asking you, can you explain what Express Employment Professionals is? There's no right or wrong answer, but from your perspective.
Well, I actually think it's a good place to send people who trying to find work like immediately. Because when I first actually signed up for the job, I actually got sent out to work the same day. So they're very lenient with your schedule. You tell them, they try to work around your schedule. You know, when you have children and, you know, daycare, we have a certain time to pick up the children at their work, which I think is a good benefit for somebody who's actually trying to find a job. And that they do the job very well.
Booyah. So, thank you, Ms. Wright. I always say the truth is incontrovertible, so I'm not trying to sell you on nothing, you know, and if there's some things that Express has fallen short on, we can let me know, and so that way I can get stuff whipped into shape. And so, like Ms. Wright said, the bottom line is Express puts people to work quickly, as best they can. That's also known as a staffing company. Does anyone know what a staffing company is? No right or wrong answer. Excellent point. Excellent point. And so traditionally, a staffing company, one is thinking of a temporary position, and you're absolutely right. But the objective is for permanent hire. And so temporary could be looked at in several ways. One, and again, I'm going to cut this real quick, make this quick, but when you're looking at temporary, there are jobs out there that are short-term jobs, and they'll let you know that. But traditionally, with Express as a staffing company, it's temporary only if you allow it to be. And with all due respect, with this particular office, they're putting over 400 North Nashvillians to work in North Nashville. I mean, these companies are up the street here. I want to say about 73% of Metro Center goes through Express for employment. So if you live in North Nashville, downtown, East Nashville, Madison, all the jobs are with one company. And so I let people know when you go to Express, it's a little different than a hole in the wall. If you ever go there, stop by the Metro Center office. It's a little different than the hole in the wall, with all due respect to the hole in the wall staffing companies. When you go into the Express office, you got to put your best foot forward because they have great relationships with employers. So they're looking at, hey, can I send this individual out to represent me so I don't lose my job, with all due respect? You know what I mean? So the moment you walk into the door, are you on time? If you're going to be late, are you calling in? Do you smell like loud? Let's be real. You know, is your pants hanging down? Is the shower cap on your head? And do you feel like they owe you a job? You come in with that attitude, I guarantee you just burned relationships with over 400 businesses, 10 minutes, 10 miles or less within your house, from your house. You know what I mean? So first of all, just understand, as Ms. Wright said, the jobs are there. Come in ready to go. And when you sit down on your interview, you want to let them know, like Ms. Wright said, these are the days and times I can work. This is the area that I want to work in. I'm on the bus line. I'm off the bus line. I got to pick up my kids. I got child support to pay. All of that needs to be brought to the table so they can, as a staffing company, match your needs to what opportunities they are providing, if that makes sense. And so right in front of you here, they have the available jobs that Express is hiring for. With all due respect, with Maximus, they're a great partner. They get the job done. They send over bright individuals all the time. And so whenever you come to Maximus, just stop by the table in the front. They have the Express job flyers here as far as what they're hiring for. Mostly skilled trade, housekeeping, and administrative work. And traditionally, you're working roughly 33 hours a week. Average pay is about $13 an hour. And so the reason why they get so many local individuals working for Express is because they're trying to make sure that going to work is worth your time. You know what I mean? And so, and how do you take advantage? How do you take advantage of these opportunities? Because if you're looking to make more money, go to work, do what you're supposed to do. This includes me. We're all in the same boat, okay? Go to work, do what you're supposed to do. be a great customer service representative, not only for people walking out of the building, but also to your coworkers. So that way you have somebody backing you saying, hey, as a manager, Miss Wright is just a top-notch individual. You know what I mean? So that way, if you decide to, because now you have work experience under your belt, and you try to apply for a job that has a little more experience, you have the support and you have the experience. So regardless of the current job situation, it's always an opportunity to help you get to the next level. So please don't forget that, okay? Outside of that, are there any questions or concerns about the jobs, about Express in that regard?
What does background play into placement?
What does background play into placement? And I respect Express because this is the reality of their situation. If your background that has nothing to do with the job, at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter. And more importantly, that's what they are letting the employers know that they work with. Because a lot of employers, unfortunately, are set in their ways and they have their personal ideas of who they want. But technically, that's illegal. You know what I mean? So if it's cutting it close, but if you're a murderer, a violent murder just got released, but you got a $15, $22 job digging a ditch, out of the way, how does your past stop you from getting a job where you're not bothering nobody? But individuals, employers will look at that and say, oh, well, I don't like, that's a personal thing. And right now we're taking care of business. Only thing, so basically your background, if you got the skills, Express wants to meet you. I would say when you go in your interview, talk about your skills, your experience, and the solution you could bring to the table first. And then as they see you as a provider, then say, well, I'm being honest with you, this is my background. Don't come in saying this is my background and all that, because then you're going to turn them off. You know, if that makes sense? A lot of people do that. They shoot themselves in the foot. So Express is not looking for it. The only thing as far as your background is you cannot have a theft of 7 years or less. And that's because that's what the employers are asking for. Outside of that, we're at Riverbend, which is the maximum security prison. I'll be at the Department of the Sheriff's Department, the Department of Corrections tomorrow for a job fair for the individuals that are on parole. We are at Hardin Place. I'm there for their job fairs. I'm at Project Return. So the bottom line, I'm at in throughout MDHA, Cumberland View, Haynes Gardens, all those places. So the bottom line is your background shouldn't matter as long as you have the skills. That's a long answer to a short question. Sorry.
No, it was a good answer.
Cool. Talk to me. Any other questions and or concerns?
I know this don't have anything to do with your work ethic. I want to know if you actually know or have any clout with people from MDHA that actually have what they call it, scatter sites available.
And forgive my ignorance. Give me your what's a scatter site?
It's like a based on income home where they actually pay for your water and then you pay lights and rent.
Do I know anybody personally as I work closely with MDHA? I would say no. Outside of, but I do get the notifications of when they are accepting applications.
Yeah.
They send it to me, and then at that time, what I can do a better job of sending it to Maximus. Oh yeah, this
18th
yeah.
and the 19th, it was those 2 days they sent when they had a flyer posted in like different daycares and stuff. They sent the applications. That was
just started school.
it was open for 2 days and then they closed it. I think the 18th and the 19th.
So you don't know when they open
Section
it
8
back up?
housing. They opened it up on the 19th.
So when are they opening them back?
Probably not for another year.
Well, this took 2 years, so I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
what it's gonna be now.
and I think indirectly.
Yeah, it was open on the 18th and the 19th.
I think indirectly in Davidson County, they're actually there won't be any public housing within the next things like 3-4 years at the most. They're transitioning, so really, and they won't even be
You don't have nowhere to stay. You have to transfer to another county.
right.
So I'm trying to get to some
Right.
county.
Or you
A
have
lot of people talking about Clarksville.
Clarksville, Dixon County, or with all due respect, it's important now to go to work. I came to Nashville 9 years ago homeless with $14 in my pocket. I don't have a college degree. And so I worked for Express, I worked at National College, and now I run my own marketing business. And my point is, if you go to work with a great attitude, learn all you can, and for some reason opportunities will open up, and you take advantage of that opportunity, and you just get, my first job I was a janitor cleaning floors, living in North Nashville. I had to drive to Franklin on a tote-to-note car. They don't have that in California, but the tote-to-note, and I would drive to Franklin to clean floors and clean toilets. You know, so here I am 9 years later. So the thing is, indirectly, if you want to stay in this great city, just go to work, get your skills up. Tennessee College of Applied Technology, they're offering a national state, they're offering free education right now to get your certifications and your training up, because right now the governor has over 200,000 middle-class jobs coming into Tennessee that they cannot fill. Like, that's a problem. The mayor's office, that's a problem. So we can't say the jobs aren't there, you know, and so people that are coming into Nashville from other areas are getting these jobs because they already have the skills. You know what I mean? So there's a certain community, to include myself, that has to get it together. Or you're going to end up going into another location where they don't have the infrastructure. You think the bus system is bad here, where you're going to go, there is no bus system. You know what I mean? There is no, Nashville is the place to be, with all due respect. You know what I mean? No disrespect to any other place, but there's still an opportunity, but you just have to look at it a different way, if that makes sense.
You can't afford to live here. I mean,
It's just a situation. It's just a situation. That's on me too. We're all in the same boat. So, but what I'll do is, when I get notified of the MDHA applications, I'll get it over to Maximus, and then hopefully that could be the first step to get the application, because they do hire, or they do accept applications, certain locations at certain times. And I want to be a man of my word and not take too much of your time. So I am listening. Well, I will say thank you for your time. Shout out to Kenneth Neal that invited me down. He's not here today. Please give him my best when you see him. One of the hardest workers I know, a huge supporter of mine. And I will see you at the top.
thank you.
All right. You're welcome.